welcome back to Virtual Storytime.
This week we are talking about elephants. Can you guys make a really cool elephant noise? Can you on the count of three? 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
That one's fun. And so are the stories we're going to read for you this week, and the puppet show is really great too. It's one of my very favorite stories from when I was little like you going to story time.
Absolutely, so stay tuned and we will see you later. Bye.
So our first book is called How to Find an Elephant. They're kind of tricky to find. Let's see how to do it. The best time to look for an elephant is on a dull day when clouds hover over the horizons looking like spaceships and you're thinking up something to do. The best place to find an elephant is in the wild. You will need to pack some food and a pair of binoculars. You may want to take a flute and bring a blanket, one that's tasseled and brightly colored with a story woven through the cloth to tell the elephant. Do you have all that? All right, what's next? The first thing you will want to do is climb to the top of the nearest tree. Climb up there. Take out your binoculars and look for something large and gray. If you don't see an elephant, then you will have to go into the jungle. Are you ready? Let's go. Keep an eye out for elephant footprints. They look like this. They're so big. But don't expect to hear the elephant's footsteps because elephants walk on tiptoe. So quiet. When you get thirsty, stop at a watering hole for a drink. While you're there, you can take a dip. And don't forget that elephants are fine swimmers. If you come to a house, knock on the door, knock, 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 and politely say, "Has anyone seen an elephant?" And if no one has, then go deeper into the jungle. Here we go. Oh, it's raining. It may start to rain, but you can take shelter under a large leaf. And while you wait out the storm, play a tune on your flute. It's a good thing you brought it. You are bound to be hungry, so find a soft, shady spot and have your lunch. In case an elephant decides to join you, gather some bamboo shoots and tree bark for the elephant to eat. You will need plenty because elephants have big appetites. No pizza or chips, please. At some point, you will probably bump into a chimpanzee. What does a monkey say? Do they say, woo, 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 ha, ha, ha? And if you're feeling brave, ask if you can swing on its vine. Ooh, that would be fun. Be sure to jump off when you see an eagle's nest. Ask the eagle to carry you over the trees to the edge of the jungle. He's very brave. When you get there, take a good look around, and if you happen to spot something big and gray, tiptoe closer. You'll want to see if it's an elephant or not. If it's not an elephant, then you just have to keep looking. It looks an awful lot like an elephant, doesn't it? And if you begin to feel tired, go to the top of a hill that has long, lush grass swaying in the breeze and some crickets to sing you to sleep. Spread out your blanket and lie down. Remind yourself to have sweet dreams of elephants. And if you should be awakened by the ground shaking, oh no, what happened? Was he on the elephant? And you find yourself wrapped in a hug and lifted toward the sky, then you will know the elephant has found you. The end.
And I'm going to read you a story called I've Got an Elephant. I've got an elephant who sleeps in my bed in Superman pajamas that are yellow, blue, and red. Though other kids have teddy bears to cuddle up at night, I've got an elephant to hug me tight. But when I get to school, he gets lonely and then He goes out and brings home an elephant friend. I've got 2 elephants who come with me to school. The kids on the bus all think we're really cool. They know their ABCs and can count to 10 by 2s. They help me with my reading if I ever get confused. But when I go shopping, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. I've got 3 elephants who run through the mall, making stops at all the shops they love the best of all. They wriggle into fancy shoes and try on every dress. Sometimes I have to scold them because they make an awful mess. But when I go swimming, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. I've got 4 elephants who swim in the pool. They're really good at backstrokes as a general rule. They splash each other silly when it gets too hot. A cool spray of water really hits the spot. But when I go to ballet, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. I've got 5 elephants who dance so gracefully. They've learned how to point their toes and how to bend their knees. My ballet teacher says they make a pretty sight in their pretty pink tutus and their ballerina tights. But when I go to the movies, they get lonely, and then they bring home an elephant friend. I've got 6 elephants who love the movies, so they get drinks and popcorn to munch on at the show. If the movie gets too scary, they hide their little eyes with their big floppy ears and cry elephant cries. But when I go fishing, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. I've got 7 elephants who fish so patiently. They sit together on the bank as quiet as can be. They hardly make a sound. They never breathe a word. Elephants in fishing hats. It's really quite absurd. But when I go play dress up, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. I've got 8 elephants who prance down the stairs, pretending they are royalty and putting on airs. They gather round the table for a royal English tea, sipping from their teacups and having fun with me. But when I go sledding, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. I've got 9 elephants who share my little sled with 2 sturdy runners that are painted bright red. We sit by the window and wait for it to snow, then we climb on that sled and down the hill we go. But when I take a bath, they get lonely, and then they go out and bring home an elephant friend. Enough! Oh, it looks like they're all on a bus. I've got 10 elephants who live in a zoo with a tiger, a crocodile, and 20 kangaroos. I visit them on Sundays and bring them things to eat, popcorn and pizza, and a special peanut treat. But when I get lonely, I go out, and then I find another playmate. I make another friend. The end.
A happy little elephant was dancing through the jungle. He thought he was dancing beautifully. 1, 2, 3, kick! But whenever he went 1, 2, 3, his big feet pounded so that they shook the whole jungle. And whenever he went kick, he kicked over a tree or bush.
The little elephant danced along, leaving wreckage behind him, until one day he met a parrot. "Why are you shaking the jungle all to pieces?" cried the parrot, who had never seen an elephant. "What kind of animal are you anyway?"
The little elephant said, "I don't know what kind of animal I am. I live all alone in the jungle. I dance and I kick, and I call myself Sucky. It's a good sounding name and it fits me, don't you think?" "Maybe," answered the parrot. "But if it does, it's the only thing that fits you. Your ears are too big for you, and your nose is too big for you, and your skin is much, much too big for you. It's baggy and saggy. You should call yourself Saggy Baggy." Sucky sighed. His pants did look pretty wrinkled. "I'd be glad to improve myself," he said, "but I don't know how to go about it. What shall I do?" "I can't tell you. I never saw anything like you in all my life," replied the parrot.
The little elephant tried to smooth out his skin. He rubbed it with his trunk. That did no good. He pulled up his pants legs, but they fell right back into dozens of wrinkles. It was very disappointing, and the parrot's saucy laugh didn't help a bit. Just then, a tiger came walking along. He was a beautiful, sleek tiger. His skin fit him like a glove.
Sucky rushed up to him and said, "Tiger, please tell me why your skin fits so well. The parrot says mine is all baggy and saggy, and I do want to make it fit me like yours fits you." The tiger didn't care a fig about Sucky's troubles, but he did feel flattered and important, and he did feel just a mite hungry. "My skin always did fit," said the tiger. "Maybe it's because I take a lot of exercise, but," added the tiger, "if you don't care for exercise, I shall be delighted to nibble a few of those extra pounds of skin off you." "Oh, no, thank you, no thank you," cried Sucky. "I love exercise, just watch me." Sucky ran until he was well beyond reach.
Then he did somersaults and rolled on his back. He walked on his hind legs and he walked on his front legs. When Sucky wandered down to the river to get a big drink of water, he met the parrot. The parrot laughed harder than ever. "I tried exercising," sighed the little elephant. "Now I don't know what to do." "Soak in the water the way the crocodile does," laughed the parrot. "Maybe your skin will shrink." So Sucky tramped straight into the water.
But before he had soaked nearly long enough to shrink his skin, a big crocodile came swimming up, snapping his fierce jaws and looking greedily at Sucky's tender ears. The little elephant clambered up the bank and ran away, feeling very discouraged. "I'd better hide in a dark place where my bags and sags and creases and wrinkles won't show," he said. By and by, he found a deep, dark cave, and with a heavy sigh, he tramped inside and sat down.
Suddenly, he heard a fierce growling and grumbling and snarling. He peeped out of the cave and saw a lion padding down the path. "I'm hungry," roared the lion. "I haven't had a thing to eat today. Not a thing, except a thin, bony antelope and a puny monkey and a buffalo, but such a tough one, and 2 turtles, but you can't count turtles. There's nothing much to eat between those saucers they wear for clothes. I'm hungry. I could eat an elephant." And he began to pad straight towards the dark cave where the little elephant was hidden. "This is the end of me, sags, bags, wrinkles, and all," thought Sucky, and he let out one last trumpeting bellow.
Just as he did, the jungle was filled with a terrible crashing and an awful stomping. A whole herd of great gray wrinkled elephants came charging up, and the big hungry lion jumped up in the air, turned around, and ran away as fast as he could go. Sucky peeped out of the cave, and all the big elephants smiled at him. Sucky thought they were the most beautiful creatures he had ever seen.
"I wish I looked like you," he said. "You do," grinned the big elephants. "You're a perfectly dandy little elephant." And that made Sucky so happy that he began to dance 1, 2, 3, kick through the jungle with all those big, brave, friendly elephants behind him. The saucy parrot watched them dance, but this time he didn't laugh, not even to himself.
The end.
Thank you so much for watching Virtual Storytime this week. We hope that you enjoyed our stories and our puppet show, of course. And if you would like to take Elephant Week a little bit further, we do have a really cool elephant craft for you.
And lots of really great books about elephants, whether you like picture books or maybe you want some books that have real facts about elephants. We have so many of them for you. So give us a call, put them on hold, or come on in and grab them off the shelf.
Absolutely, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye!